Hi everyone, this is Kerim Baran with SolarAcademy. I have today with me Sean Kelly of Amperon joining us from Houston, Texas. Hi Sean, good to have you.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Great. And today we're going to talk about Amperon, which is a new hot technology startup in the field of AI and machine learning in energy. And Sean, thank you for being with us. And I know a little bit about your company thanks to Nico and SunCast and the exposure that I had to you guys through that. Um, Perhaps you can tell us a little bit about your background and your co-founder Abe's backgrounds and how it all came together for Amperon.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we have very different backgrounds, a little bit of the odd couple. A lot of founders have been like, we used to work together, we've known each other a long time, etc. Abe and I met in the spring of 2017 at New York Energy Week. And so I had literally just moved to New York full time like the week prior for my now wife. And then Abe was very interested in kind of where this energy transition was going. And so we both ended up there. And so my background, I spent 11 years prior to that as an electricity trader and running power plants. And so I got asked the other day, like, when did you actually come into clean tech? And I was like, well, I've been here since the beginning. Like literally, I was scheduling wind farms at Tenaska in 2005, and that was my first job out of Texas A&M. So kind of been here the whole time. Like here we are, 18 plus years later, still playing with electricity. And so that was my background running power plants, just having a very deep understanding of what the grid looked like, where the grid was going. And then Abe, just deep tech. One of the people, he was in New York. He's still in New York. We started the company there. I've since moved to Houston. Moved to Houston back in 2019. But Abe, I mean, sold a hacker company to Intel coming out of college. Was pre-IPO at Etsy, early at Planet. Like spun up a data science team at McKinsey, and was still early in his career when we met. And so we both volunteered for New York Energy Week. The real bonding moment is they had this really cool rooftop event, and we volunteered because it was like $2,000 a ticket to like go to all of New York Energy Week. And so we both volunteered. We both showed up there, and they didn't let us in. And we were like, "What the heck? We've been volunteering, like going to all these training sessions." And so we were both like, "What the heck?" And I think we went and like grabbed coffee or a beer or something, and that's kind of how it all started. I don't think I've ever actually recorded that story before.
Uh-huh.
And so we just kind of went back and forth and started chatting about all the things on the grid. And I think what was so interesting is you kind of have that like naivety of just asking a lot of questions. And whenever we have pure tech people, they ask a lot of like questions, and then I'll say, well, this is the answer. And he'll be like, why is that the answer? And I was like, I don't know. It's just always kind of been the answer. And so I think that combination between the two of us of just having that early curiosity plus, I mean, I've been networking pretty hard since I was 19 years old, and that was a couple of years ago. And so with that, I built up a really strong network. And I remember one of the first things we ever kind of like got into a really like interesting conversation about was called UFE. UFE is unaccounted for energy. And lo and behold, like that was one of the like hidden things that was super scary during Winter Storm Uri when the Texas grid melted down. And UFE was one of those. And Abe wrote a really cool highlight on it that was still on our blog. But it was like that question. I was like, it's this number. It's like 0.1%. And he's like, why? I was like, this huge corporate, like Fortune 100 company, their chief of staff says it is. That's why. And then they were wrong. And so I thought that's a really interesting way. And that's still us today of like, why does this work? Why does like, is there something we can do around this? Like, let's be disruptive, but yet have that energy backbone, but also have that tech background. So I always joke that I view Amperon as a tech company that does energy, not an energy company that does tech. Because I've been in a lot of energy companies that did tech, and I sacrificed a lot of bonuses in their honor of failed IT projects. So we definitely want to be a tech first company, and Abe as CTO really sets that backbone.
Got it. Great. And so tell us a little bit about the problem Amperon is solving.